Hey guys, it's George. Welcome to the Circle Chart Music Awards 2023 red carpet. Or is it 2024? I don't know. Sometimes they're called different years at this point in the year. Whatever. This red carpet, as I've described, the Seoul Music Awards, the Golden Disc Awards, eclectic. There is a lot going on. TXT have given us a lot to talk about as usual, but in a more positive way. Usually in these videos, I include a trend section, but I'm not spotting a trend these past few red carpets, so I'm not going to include it. So we're going to jump straight into the red carpet attendees, starting with our hosts, and then we're going to finish the video off with my best and worst dressed section. Our hosts for the Circle Chart Music Awards were Zerobaseone's Matthew, Stacy's Xian, and Litak. As hosts, their looks do not come together. I feel like the hosts usually give us a coordinated look, which I personally find super cute. We're not getting that here at the Circle Chart Music Awards, so as hosts, together, I dislike. But let's break it down individually. Zerobaseone's Matthew, I appreciate the fact that this is different from his Zerobaseone look, and this is a classic suit with some contemporary touches. We can see that this is a wrap jacket, so it has more of a contemporary touch, and it's also in this black glittery fabric, so again, it leans more contemporary, and then it's been styled with the white shirt. It does look like he has a tie, can't see clearly in this picture. It's nice, it's nothing groundbreaking, but I do find that hosts tend to stay in the more classic realm when it comes to tailoring. Stacy Xian, I'm just gonna be real, there is nothing I like about this dress. I think the color on her is really muted. I'm not a fan of this color on her. And then the dress itself, we can see that it's been gathered from the bust into the waist, but to me it doesn't look like it's been gathered in a way that like pulls her waist in. The gathers, due to the fabrication, look heavy, so it's adding heaviness. We then have the full skirt coming to the floor. Again, the fabric just looks so heavy. Then we have the bow detail, the bow in her hair, so I'm just not a fan of the color, the cut, the gathering, the fabric, the styling. Not a good moment. And then Litak, this is classic men's event wear. The blue velvet jacket, the contrast shawl lapel, the bow tie, the plain black trouser, just classic men's event wear, and this is what we typically see our hosts in. Moving on to AKMU, I'm saying the letters in the correct order this time. I swear as I'm getting older, there are hints of dyslexia coming into my life. I did like AKMU's Asia Artist Awards look, but I did think it lent a bit plain. The Circle Chart Music Awards look, this is incredible. Soohyun, the cut of this blazer with the cut of the dress work perfectly, and the white collar and lapel on the blazer help pull in the white dress and pull everything in this outfit together. I think the boxy square cut of this blazer really juxtaposes against this light, soft, feminine dress, and it works with the black boot. With her Asia Artist Awards look, I felt like the cut of the jacket didn't work, and then it just didn't work with the black boot. But here, those criticisms, that feedback has been adjusted. Did you hear me? Did you watch me video? Did you watch me video? Did you watch my video? Who knows? But I think she looks incredible. Chanhyuk, this is one of my favorite menswear moments from the end of year show season. The cut is contemporary, the fabrications are interesting, and the styling is on point. The fabric of the blazer looks like plissé, at least I think so you say it, plissé, who knows. And then we can see that it's got these metallic silver polka dots that are scattered in different scales. That then plays into the shirt, where we can see those silver polka dots in one scale continued, but then the introduction of that large blue polka dot, giving us a different scale, a different color. It really pops against the rest of the outfit. And then those wide leg trousers in that black glittery fabric, all of these textures come together so beautifully. And then the fact that the styling has been kept to a minimum, because the outfit doesn't need it. AKMU, both members, brother and sister, look unfucking real. Riize, I have one word to describe this look and then we can move on. Knockout. 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 We're not going to move on, we're going to break this down. This is just evidence that you don't need to have all the bells and whistles on the red carpet to have a strong red carpet moment. When you have something minimal and it fits you like this, boy, she looks unreal. The color of this dress on her skin with her hair, the high neck, halter neck, the way it sweeps, the shoulders, oh, it's so good. And there must be a backless moment. I've not seen shots of Riize from the back, so I can't confirm, but judging from what halter necks are typically like, you do have exposed skin at the top of your back. This then sweeps in at the waist, over her hips, and then it skims to the floor from the knee. It's just so unreal. And I love the minimal styling here because it's about Riize's figure in this dress. You know, her last comeback was about how much she loves her body. We see why. We see why. Moving on to Amase, who very embarrassingly in my MMA video, I referred to him as Imaze at the start. So, Amase. Wow. I think this is a nice look, but the Melon Music Awards look was stronger. That beautiful stitch detail in that royal blue on the suit, and then the silver on the shirt, great. Here, this is a nice classic look, the double-breasted 6-button jacket, the peak lapel, and I do like how the contrast on the lapel and the pocket flaps, it's not like a high shine satin, it's very almost matte looking, like a soft matte, and it works beautifully with the jacket, and I think those silver buttons add a contemporary touch. The details of this jacket are contemporary, but it's overall classic. I think the styling here is more successful than the Melon Music Awards. I felt we had this contemporary suit and shirt, but the styling of the tie, the closed collar, it read very classic, whereas here this is classic styling with a classic look. So suit, not as interesting, but styling, more successful. Kiss of Life are coming alive on these red carpets. We're seeing improvement red carpet after red carpet. We started incredibly dry at the Melon Music Awards. We've then amped it up at the Seoul Music Awards, and I feel like we're on par with the Seoul Music Awards here at the Circle chart. I also like the fact that this isn't typical K-pop red carpet. They gave us that vibe at the Melon Music Awards, the little black dresses with, you know, not very interesting styling. Here, Circle chart and the Seoul Music Awards, they gave us an aesthetic. I love the use of fur and how it's been used in levels. On Natty, we're getting that full black fur coat to the floor. On Julie, we're getting the jacket that's been worn off the shoulders, the grey tones tied beautifully into her dress. And then on Hanu, on the end, we're getting the black cuffs. I wish we had some kind of fur element on Belle just to tie everything together. But I feel like when we have a girl group of 4 members, especially when you think of Esper, particularly Winter, there's always one member that stands out slightly from the rest. So I don't know if it's on purpose, but I think this is a great red carpet look for Kiss of Life. There's an aesthetic, there's style, so much more interesting than where they started off. So I hope they just continue in this direction and elevate. Next up, we have Kyungso, and if you don't know who Kyungso is, I'm not familiar with her, I'll admit. She is a South Korean singer-songwriter under NCT Dream and R&D company. She made her solo debut on November 14th, 2020 with the digital single Shiny Star. This look, I'm a big fucking fan of this look. I don't know if it's a one piece, a dress, or if it's separate. It could easily be separate, it could easily be a dress. I think this is stunning. The silhouette of it, the strong shoulder, the long sleeves, that skirt that hits her at the mid-thigh, the cut on her is just perfection. And then the sequin, it looks like a really heavily embellished tweed. The placement of the gold buttons, it adds the pop of gold, but it's quite minimal. Then we have the blouse with the pussy bow tie worn over the top. It adds this very cute finish, and then to be styled with the black socks, the chunky shoes. It helps push it in this really cute direction, and big fan of this look. Amazing job. It's the first time I've seen her on a red carpet. I hope to see more of her if this is what she's gonna serve. Bring it. Next up we have NCT Dream, and this is what I've been fucking waiting for the longest time. We're finally seeing them in something different from those like 45-year-old man tux corporate black tie vibes. And this is not the first time they've given us this kind of look. I believe it was at the Billboard Jingle Bell Ball back in December. They did a red carpet appearance there. It was their stage looks, and it was the perfect balance of stage and red carpet, and they were giving us this very contemporary tailored moment. It looked unreal. So to see that in the States, and then to see the boring, as I've already described, tuxes on the red carpet in Asia, no. And when we look at the cuts of most of these jackets, the cuts of the jackets aren't anything contemporary. They're mostly classic, but the fabrication of this glittering, glistening tweed is what gives it that contemporary touch. We're getting the classic boy group formula, the slim cut trousers, the very similar style of shoe, but then the different styles of jackets across the members. And then also you'll notice that there are two different textures of tweed. On Mark and Jeddo, we're getting more matte texture of tweed, but then the border of the fray of the tweed looks more visible. And then on the other members, we're getting this more glistening, shining tweed. This is a very successful red carpet for NCT Dream. I hope we get to see them continue in this direction, because I can't do another NCT tux. I just can't. Niziu. Overall, it's giving me prom vibes, like big prom vibes, and there's a lot going on for 9 members to be stood together, and there's just quite a lack of cohesion. There's so many different colors going on in the set of looks, the different tones of pink, the different tones of blue, the different tones of yellow. It's giving me like gender reveal party vibes. There's also a lot of different textures and cuts. We can see that we're getting ruffles on Rio, the very left, and then Akaya, please correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, 5 in from the left in the very middle. We're then getting the asymmetric hem on Mayuka, who is 2 in from the right. We're then getting the high-low hem on Nina on the very right. We're then getting the opaque and sheer moment on Rima, 3 in from the left. There's just no cohesion. I feel like if we really like whittle down the details and spread them across the members, like 2 details, like ruffles and asymmetric hems, it would automatically give us more cohesion. But where there's just so many colors, tones, textures, cuts, it doesn't come together. This could easily be girls at prom, I'm sorry. It's not their finest moment, and Niziu have delivered some really good, strong, cohesive looks on the red carpet. This is the first clanger I've really seen from them, so yeah. Park Jae-jung, classic men's event wear, next. Riize. Riize are continuing with their red carpet experimentation, and I do really like this set of looks for them. We're getting the classic boy group formula. You should know it by now if you are a regular viewer, but if you're not, let me explain. Same cut trousers, similar style of shoes, different jackets, etc. on the top half. That's what we're getting here. And when we look at the jackets, the design details are reading classic men's event wear. But when we look at the cut of them, we can see that on Sohee down to Sungchan, that they're more cropped than Anton's. Anton's is probably the most classic. Single-breasted, 1 button, the contrast peak lapel. Anton is one of the more taller members, I believe, so the slightly longer line jacket than the crop, it works better on its build. The other members, with the crop, it gives you that elongation to the leg. We can see that Wonbin and Shotaro also have the cummerbund. I don't really like the cummerbund. It pushes it too classic. I think if we took them away and kept it more clean, it would have given a more contemporary touch, but also the cummerbund elongates the leg. So, you know, it does what it needs to do. This is Riize's first end of year show season, and I do really appreciate the fact that they have experimented on the red carpet. We've seen such a variety of looks that are extremely contemporary, questionable if it is red carpet, but still going to serve to very classic red carpet in the middle. So it makes me interested to see if they're going to stick to a certain style next red carpet season, what we're going to see from them. So it's been a great one to review, and it makes me intrigued for future red carpets. Stacy, this is a lot more cohesive than what we saw from them at the Golden Disc Awards. That was their classic, all the same color, but the cohesion was just off. Here, we're getting cohesion, but this is also Stacy's stage outfits. And then it's frustrating because if you can do a cohesive stage outfit, why can't you do a cohesive red carpet? The idea is the same, essentially, like rules. Not that there are rules in fashion, but you know what I mean. Jae, Seun, and Isa, from the left to the middle, their looks really come together. Similar silhouettes, similar textures. But when we look at Sumin and Yoon, who are the members stood on the right, their looks don't tie in to the other three girls. The use of ruffles on Sumin's and then the top of Yoon's, where do those details play in? So it's more cohesive, but there's still issues with it. But I think overall, it's a super cute set of looks. For the stage, they do work on the red carpet, but like not like 100%, you know? TXT. When I saw this look, I was literally like, oh my god, what has happened to TXT and Dior? Is this partnership finally improving? Are they finally giving us what we want to see? And then I did some research. TXT are not wearing Dior. TXT are wearing Ami Paris. And we've seen TXT wear Ami Paris at the Circle Chart Music Awards last year. They also wore Ami Paris, I think they wore Ami Paris twice last year, end of year show season. The color palette is beautiful. It's light, it's spring. The yellow of Hyun Kai's suit tying in to Yeonjun's trousers, but it's not like a complete match. The texture of the suede trench coat on Yeonjun, that minky color tying in to Bonggyu's tailoring, tying in to Hyun Kai's trench coat. Did I just say Hyun Kai or Hyun Kai? Hyun Kai, for fuck's sake. And then we have Subin on the left in this very sleek white moment. The long line, boxy, double-breasted 4-button jacket. I love the contrast of the black buttons against the white, how it ties into the shoes. And then we're getting the same cut of suit on Bongyu, but the styling is slightly different. The high neck on Subin, the crew neck on Bongyu. I like the fact that these knitted pieces underneath have a sheer quality to them. It's most clear on Taehyun. We can see the T's coming through the pecs. I feel like when you wear a darker, like sheer moment, it's more obvious. When it's lighter, I feel like you don't get as much of a contrast. It does annoy me that Taehyun is in this full navy moment. I still think it's great, the cut of the suit, the sheer moment, but the fact that all the other members are in these lighter colors and then he stood on the end like plonked in this dark moment, it's just such a strong contrast. These looks all come together with the cuts, the textures. It's such an incredible set of looks. I even saw a tweet when I was doing my research that said, this is the proof that we need the TXT Dior partnership to end, as this is the best they've looked in months. And I could not agree more. I really don't understand why TXT were not partnered with Ami Paris, because every time they've worn Ami Paris, they've looked fucking incredible. This is no difference. And I'm interested to see what this means for their Dior partnership, because pretty much up until this point, apart from SBS, they were wearing Dior at every single red carpet event. At SBS, they were wearing a combination of Ferragamo, Egon Lab, and a few other brands, giving us that black and white moment. And now we're in Ami Paris, so is the Dior partnership over? Because that will be a happy fucking day. Damn. Closing our Circle Chart Music Awards red carpet, we have Zerobaseone as always. This is a really interesting one for me because on the red carpet, I don't really vibe with it. I think all of the white borders and different cuts of white look really jarring. But when you look at the pictures of it on their Instagram where they're stood as a group and we're getting more of like the high-low formation, I'm fucking with this. And it reminds me of their red and black looks at the Asia Artist Awards. I did really like those initially, but the closer I looked, they were starting to look a bit inexpensive. Whereas here, I feel like this is the revised version of the black and the red. The black and the white, it's timeless, it's graphic, it's gonna look beautiful on camera, just maybe not on the red carpet. And we're continuing with that like sleek, luxurious vibe. This looks expensive, it looks considered. And just some of the details. And the cuts. Go. I'm just getting it up on Instagram now. The cut on Jiyun's. Oh my god. The peak lapel and how on his left-hand side, the peak is white. And you can see that there is a cropped jacket in the black that sits over that white panel that slightly wraps. It gives this beautiful asymmetric cut and it's just incredibly chic. Hao's jacket, I love how this is like inverted from the Golden Disc Awards where he had the collarless jacket worn over the top of the peak lapel. They've swapped that around here. We've got the peak lapel jacket that folds back in the white with that white collarless moment underneath. It just looks beautiful. And the styling works really well. The black shirt contrasting against the white and just being left clean and simple. It's about the cut of the jacket. And then Hanbin, you guys know I love a fucking rap moment and this is no different. I love those peak lapels in the white, really accenting the wrap of the jacket. It makes me think of the black and white Casablanca suit that I love from last year's end of year show season. Just, this is a great set of red carpet looks from Zerobaseone, but I do stand by my point. When they're stood in the line in this picture here, it just looks a bit jarring, but in the formation, slapping. My best dress has to be AKMU, Hwasa, and TXT. TXT have not been on this list for a long time, but I'm in love with their looks, regardless from my little quip, gripe even, with the color palette. Worst dressed, it has to be our host. That is not uniformed, and Xian's dress, there's nothing redeemable about this dress that I like, so apologies. And then also Niziu, there's just too much going on. Please let me know in the comments who has your favorite and least favorite looks. And this is us caught up with the January red carpets. I believe there are more coming in February. So if you are in red carpet reviews, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to catch up on my previous red carpet video, which was the Golden Disc Awards, all you need to do is click just here. But thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You are amazing. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Bye-bye.